So it's getting close to the time where we're almost ready to get the plants out. We've got about 3-4 weeks before we can put them out, but I have some more plants that need to be transplanted to pots. I've got some cuttings. I'm out of pots. I don't want to buy new pots when I'm going to be emptying everything soon here. So instead, what I'm going to do is I've got a lot of yogurt containers that I've collected over the past little while, and I've hung on to them. And they make great little pots themselves. The lids work as a little catch tray for the water, and by just using a little drill bit, just poke some holes to the bottom of these for drainage, and these make great little pots. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes and then start filling them up with some plants. And I've got one larger yogurt container. I'm going to do this one as well. Here we have 3 well-drained pots. Now this pot here I don't like. This is one of these pots that have a little reservoir in the bottom. And the idea is it's great for tropical plants. Where you give it some water, the water flows through and stays in the bottom. The plant's going to pull it up as it needs it. The problem I find is they're easy to overwater, and we had a lot of plants die from that. The good ones that with the reservoirs at the bottom actually have an overflow, either a little slot around the top or a hole, so if there's too much water there, it will overflow. Or you can actually monitor what the level of water is in that reservoir. Yes, we can't do that, so I'm going to pull out the little, separate the bottom here if I can, and I'm going to put some holes in the bottom of this and just use it as a regular pot. There. I don't have any water problems with that. This piece, that can go for recycling. Now I've got lots of pots. Well, some of the things I'm looking at planting today, but where I'm going to start off is I've got this seasoning. It's called bajia. In English, it's known as star anise. And basically, it's an 8-sided little star. And when they split open, they've got these little seeds in here. We've had these for quite a long time. I'm thinking going on to 10 years. I don't know how well they're going to germinate, but I thought we'd just try these, just for the fun of it. And they're supposed to grow to a medium-sized evergreen tree, not the needle evergreen, but just a tree that doesn't drop its leaves in winter, so it's a tropical plant. So this will definitely be an indoor project. If it does take off, and we might see how it goes and see how long we keep it around and see if it produces the flowers. Now it grows flowers, I don't know how big they are, but judging from the seed, the flowers themselves should be a good size. And this is used quite commonly in Chinese cooking. It's actually one of the spices in 5-spice powder. On its own, it's used very commonly in meat dishes. So it has a black licorice smell, and that's because this is used to make sambuca, and that's where sambuca gets the black licorice flavors from this star anise, or this Chinese anise, also known as bajia. So this one only had 3 seeds to it. Okay, so I've got my pot of soil here. I'm just going to take these and go ahead and I'm going to put all 3 in the plant. If all 3 germinate, great. I can split them up later. I have my doubts whether any of them will germinate. Those go in there. And it's ready for some water, and I definitely need to label that because I've got so many plants. I'm really starting to mix them up. That's the best water. I don't know where the other watering can went to. There we go. Next thing I want to do, I want to get my tomato cuttings. And I pruned my tomatoes back, and I've got these cuttings. Now these ones, unfortunately, I lost track of what they were. And I marked that as a mystery tomato. They're either black tomato or beefsteak, and I'm pretty much guessing they are the black tomato. But I'm going to just continue marking them. But as I threw them in water, we can see along the stem here, it's even got one root up here where I had the water a little bit higher. It's grown roots all along the stem. And these ones, which I know which plant they came from, these came from the beefsteak. They're doing great. Lots of roots there. So I'll go ahead and get these into soil. Only have one that really didn't take. Didn't have much of a. That's fine. I got lots of tomato plants now. Okay, so I've got some soil here in my new made yogurt container pot. And what I'm going to do is I've filled up the soil to about here, and I dig out a little well all the way to the bottom because I want it to go as deep as possible. And I put it all the way down, feeding the roots in first. Try to get those roots nice and deep, so that when this gets transplanted, everything in the pot is going to go at the bottom of the hole, and it'll be very deep again. And that way, it has better access to water. So, some water in here. Now let's get a shorter bamboo stick. Trying to get that to encourage to grow upright, and as it grows I'll start pruning it some more. So I've also planted some chamomile and lavender, and I'm curious to see how these turn out. We grew lavender last year. I've also got some cat grass started here, and I threw some plastic wrap on top just to help it start out. Unfortunately, with this tomato plant, it got too tall and lanky, and it's fallen over and broke at the stems just above the soil. So I'm going to cut these off, throw them in water so they can grow new roots. And with the remaining stems, I'm just going to leave them here, see if they grow anything. Otherwise, they're going into the compost pile. And to finish off today's video, just show you these tomato plants. I've cut them back many times, but they just keep growing. I'll show a video of when these go in the garden, and we'll keep track on how they do.